Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and your support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. And if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, I know I'm a little bit late on this. I promise I tried to be here on time when the kit came out. Just unfortunately, you know, there was internet outage, something I can't control, so I'm sorry about that. But we're here now. That's the important part. We're here now. And we're going to get a good look at the motion demonstration and look at the kit and see what's going on. You know, this is our second unit of the year. Hopefully shift up cooked. We're about to find out. So with all that out the way, let's actually get started. Let's actually put it on screen right here. And as always, we're at the Goddess of Victory Nikke Twitter. Nikke motion demonstration for our lovely girl Mana, using the AR Somnus. Mana is an attacker who grants buffs to her allies and strengthens herself. She periodically recovers the entire squad's HP and instantly revives allies who are out of action. So this part right here with the revive is going to be interesting, because when it comes to revive, Rapunzel is a burst once 60 seconds. So we're going to see how they play that out. Because weirdly, even though she heals, you know, the squad's HP and revives, she is an attacker, so it's going to be interesting. But let's get a good look at the motion demonstration, and we're going to find out if they cooked. Because in the leaks, I don't know if you guys were aware, but there were leaks of this character 2 years ago, and it's gone. They actually got the devil code out. They actually pulled a mast. Because, I don't know if you guys were aware, but 2 years ago when there were leaks of this character being playable, it also had the shooting pose, and she also had her devil coat. But they pulled a mast and they decided to just do like the split lab coat like they did for mast. So that's actually perfect. You still get skirt, but you still get JPS and stuff, so that's great. That's actually a pretty huge W. It looks good too. Like honestly, they really cooked with her character. I really like her expressions and stuff. I love her hair. We're about to see what the burst is looking like. I don't know if it's honestly going to be like a fan service wallpaper. I think it's just going to be cool. About to find out right now though. And just get a good look. Coffee. Oh. A crash. Wait, that's awesome. She's just gone and that's just like a corrupt blue screen. That's like a nightmare. And then her expression is just gone. No, I love that. That's great. That's a cool little wallpaper. I'd probably just add that to the wish list, honestly. But pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Really surprised about the whole coat situation, so that's nice. That's a great little plus right there. Now, we're not just here to look at the shooting pose, obviously. We also need to look at the kit info, and I already have that pulled up, so let's actually get a good look at it right here. We already knew she was an attacker, AR, and code Wind. We already knew she's missileless, but she is a burst skill 3 with a cooldown time of 40 seconds. So being a burst skill 3 with that revive is kind of interesting. We'll have to see, because we just came off of another burst 3, so it's interesting that they chose to do another one. As for the skills itself, we got our skill 1 for the passive, Metal Y. Activates at the start of the battle and affects self. Metal Y, attack goes up 58.08% continuously and activates once per battle. And what activates when in Metal Y status after landing 10 normal attacks and affects all the allies is that it recovers 2.04% of the caster's final max HP. Activates if the caster is in Metal Y status when an ally is out of action. Affects one incapacitated ally unit with the highest attack except the caster. Resurrect with 96% HP. And then what activates when an ally is out of action, what affects Mana is that it removes Metal Y, so it removes that attack buff for her. So wait, that's insane. So the revive is just a passive skill. It's not like something that activates. It'll just do it during the battle if one of the allies are out of battle. So what this is basically saying is that you get that attack up once per battle, but if you were to revive someone, in exchange for reviving them, you lose out on that attack buff. But most of the time when PvE content is like talked about, usually you don't really lose that many allies unless you're playing like something super difficult or like a solo raid. But with normal content, basically you'll have this like attack up continuously. Unless you're doing something else, this should be pretty much 100% of the time with you. So you wouldn't really worry about losing that buff. Now, PvP will be a different story when it comes to that revive though. I do wonder how that's going to play out when it comes to PvP, but the fact that you can probably keep that attack up continuously if you just don't lose an ally is kind of huge. Didn't expect that to be a passive, so that's pretty nice. As for skill 2, Metal O, I don't know if that's O, I forgot what that symbol is. I'm just going to just say that just for, you know, simplicity's sake. Activates at the start of the battle, affects self. Metal O gives you burst gauge filling speed of 70.4% continuously, and when entering full burst in Metal O status, affects self. Attack goes up 21.12% for 10 seconds. Attack goes up 63.36% for 10 seconds, but then it removes Metal O. Activates when entering full burst and affects one ally unit with the longest basic charge time. Charge time goes down 0.18 seconds for 10 seconds. Wait, this might be huge because this actually might be a really good pairing with Scarlet Black Shadow to get that charge time down. Because remember, every time somebody says that, you know, pair SBS with Alice, that's because of the charge time reduction that you get with Alice for SBS. And if this could be a good alternative to Alice, this could free up Alice to be on another team for a solo raid, so you don't have to worry about that pair up. So that's actually kind of huge. We're gonna have to see how that works. To me, that's the most interesting part, but I like how this Metal O kind of works because it says right here, activates if the caster has cast burst skill before the full burst ends and affects self. Metal O burst gauge filling speed goes up 70.4% continuously. So basically what happens is that if you enter full burst and the caster bursts, you're gonna keep that Metal O burst gauge filling speed. But if you enter full burst and it's not Mana's burst, you're gonna lose that status. So in terms of skill 1, if you don't lose an ally and you don't have to worry about the revive, you can actually keep Metal Y up the whole time, like pretty much 100%. Skill 2, because of the way that it works every other burst, since it's not every single burst, it's only the casters, it'll be like 50% of the time. So like half the battle. That's interesting. I kind of like how it works, but I'm really mostly interested in the charge time. Out of all those self buffs and stuff, I want to see that charge time with SBS. Burst skill, Fatal Error with a cooldown time of 40 seconds, obviously. And affects self, so another one for herself. Sustained damage going up 52.8% for 10 seconds. Affects one enemy unit nearest to the crosshair and deals 396% of the final attack as sustained damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. Are we going back into a sustained damage meta? Is this what they're trying to pull? That's kind of interesting. In terms of sustained damage, if I'm aware, I'm pretty sure it's just Summer Rosanna, Summer Sakura that have anything to do with it. And if you have the Treasure for Viper, that also counts for the sustained damage because it kind of changes her kit. Interesting that they chose to go with the sustained damage. I think that's an interesting call. We're going to have to see how well she does. But honestly, I really just want to see that charge time. That's really cool. Because if that's an alternative for SBS, I get a better team for solo raid. Because now I can use Alice. This could potentially be a really solid unit. I'm interested to see the PvP stats because obviously I don't do testing with PvP. I just like to see like the results and stuff with like tier lists and stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how well she does for PvP as like a Rapunzel alternative. Because you could put her on another team to try to revive allies. That's pretty cool. But as far as info goes, you know, until we get maidens tonight, there's not going to be anything else. Obviously the next video will be, you know, a polling video for mana. Hopefully I one-tap her, you know, that's pretty much copium. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the character. Are you happy about the shooting pose? No more devil coat? Are you happy about the kit? This kit's actually pretty interesting and I'm actually kind of glad that it's actually something kind of solid. Obviously, it's only on paper right now. We'll have to see with testing, but I'll be gladly testing. Obviously, I'm just going to be doing the Union shooting range though, so it's not going to be a perfect one, but it's still something, so that's fine. But that is going to be enough yapping for me, so I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care, and have a good one.